Hello once again everyone, it is Jello here, and in this video we will be taking a look at a mid-tower case from Azza, the Iris 330. If you've never heard of the company Azza before, it's because they just recently entered the Philippine market. However, they have been in business since the early 90s, providing power supplies and cases to OEMs, but we're still operating under their company, which is LinkWorld. But in recent years, they have been expanding their reach throughout the US and Asia. They also have made several appearances at Computex, which is one of the largest tech trade shows in the world. And now they have finally come to the Philippines, which means that we have more options to choose from. And Azza was kind enough to send me a sample of the Iris 330 for us to check out. So let's begin. So the case measures 7.59 inches tall, 8.5 inches wide, and 17.3 inches in length. At the front, we could see diagonal grills that allow the fans to take in some fresh air. And just below that, there's an LED bar. On the upper right, we could see the logo, and the lower right shows us some branding. There are some indentations off-center and also on the right part of the case, which looks futuristic but still maintains a minimalistic look in my opinion. It is made of plastic by the way, but it doesn't feel cheap. On the left side of the front panel, we could see the power switch, a LED indicator, a reset switch which can also be used to change lighting modes, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 1 USB 3.0 port, and separate jacks for the microphone and headphone. The left side panel is made up of tempered glass which can be mounted on the rubber mounts with 4 screws. The opposite panel, however, is entirely plain, which is to no surprise, and is secured with 2 thumb screws. The back is also plain and simple, and we could see that it has 7 expansion slots and a bottom-mounted PSU. I do like the honeycomb grille design for the 120mm fan though. On top we could see some ventilation with a magnetic removable dust filter, and there's also one filter at the bottom of the power supply mount. The entire case is supported by 4 case feet with rubber bottoms that are enclosed with an aluminum-like sticker. Now this case supports ITX, Micro ATX, and standard ATX motherboards. It also supports up to a total of 8 120mm fans, 3 at the front, 2 at the top, 1 at the back, and 2 fans on top of the PSU shroud. Speaking of fans, the case comes with 2 of their Hurricane Digital A RGB fans. Under the PSU chamber, there is a movable hard drive cage for 2 3.5-inch hard drives, but if you're not using it at all, you can remove it entirely. At the back, you can also put up to 3 2.5-inch SSDs or hard drives. The case also has plenty of cutouts to route your cables, and there's also plenty of space at the back for easier cable management. It also supports graphics cards up to 14.96 inches in length, so pretty much any GPU will fit in this case. When it comes to radiator support, you can put a 240mm radiator at the top or at the front. You can put a 360mm radiator at the front, but you'd have to move the hard drive cage backward or remove it entirely. For air coolers, this case can fit coolers up to 155mm in height, so that means air coolers as tall as the Noctua NH-D15 is a no-go. I would have to say though that airflow is really not bad in this case. The temperature of my CPU while gaming was under 50 degrees, while the GPU was just under 65 degrees with a room temperature of 30 degrees. Now here are the things that Azza can improve on if they plan to make a new revision for this case. The front panel doesn't have a dust filter, so it may introduce more dust than the usual, and cleaning may have to be done more often. Also, while there are a lot of cutouts for cable management, it would be nice to see some rubber grommets just to prevent the cables from being damaged accidentally while managing the cables. It would also be nice to have a reusable expansion slot covers for this case, because once they're removed, you can put it back on. Also, the case feet wrapped with the aluminum-like sticker takes away the premium look for this case. I think it would just look better without them. And one last tiny thing I'd like to mention are the thumb screws. The quality is not that great in my opinion. I almost forgot to mention that this has an included fan controller, but I was told by Azza that this is just a factory sample, so the included fan controller won't look like this. Overall, the case feels and looks premium enough for a case that will be priced at around 2,700 pesos to 3,000 pesos depending on the retailer. There is no official Philippine pricing yet, but I was told that it would be around that price. So what do you think about this case? Let us know in the comments below. So once again, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't yet so you won't miss any updates. And that is it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.